Very good day, everybody. Welcome to another video. I'm your personal funky scene pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko and I will be your captain for today's flight. Today's flight will take us from Toussaint Louverture International Airport in Port-au-Prince in Haiti to the Norman Manley International Airport in Kingston, Jamaica. We will be using the RJ70 by Just Flight. We've been using the RJ100 a couple of times. I believe the 85 one time. So I'm guessing this is probably going to be the first time that we'll fly the 70, but could be wrong. I chose some interesting livery. It was called something Formula 1 livery. I chose it because the colors are like really cool green. Totally like that. That's basically that type of green. And then looks like we have some sort of a mystery airline. So that looks kind of funny. So the speed brakes are a little bit open here because the pressurization system, the hydraulic system, is not running. So the air brakes are not pressurized. And that's why they're just hanging open there like that. We will be using real world time, real world weather, GSX as well, and the Airsoft Simple Traffic tool. So we are here at Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and we're looking at a flight time, basically an overall time of about 1 hour and 25 minutes, and I think the flight time will be around 1 hour and 5 minutes or so, something like that. And so yeah, we'll be flying the RJ70. It's a slightly less capacity with regards to seats in the back. There's actually an aircraft taking off there. That's pretty cool. Still getting these weird lines behind it sometimes, so I'm not sure what that is. Anyway, let's hop up to the flight deck and get these things going here. Let's start by getting the OFP. Put this to output first. And then we go to aircraft. And we import. And then we will say start refueling. Can do this instantly. Be good for me. So we have 82 passengers. So what would see? So let's first get some power here before we do anything, and maybe let's get the ground power connected first. Alright, so battery 1, battery 2. Turn on the nav lights. Avionics masters and the autopilot master 1 and 2. The yaw damper master 1 and 2. Well. We have Mike with us again. Always nice to have Mike with us. Mike's been with us all this time on the channel. So he's definitely, we go way back. Pretty much way back to the beginning actually, Mike and me. Alright, so the aircraft is on minimal power. Let's turn on the external power. There we are. So now for the GSX menu. That's a request boarding.
Boarding requested.
So extending the flaps, the stairs there, and the back I do not see it. Oh, on the back you get this little cart coming. The air stairs. Okay. So there's the baggage handlers we can hear on the other side, the right side of the aircraft.
Do you want to board crew?
Yes, I would like to board crew. I think actually, you know, we should go for some Caribbean music. What do you think? Let's set up the camera views here as well. I always like to have this one and a nice good view of the FMC. And while we're at it, let's also get a nice view here of the transponder panel. And then finally, so let's find that Caribbean music. Bossa Nova could also be nice. Let's go with this one for now. Or we go one back and then maybe, is it going to play in sequence? Oh, this just seems random, man. Okay, let's not mess with it too much. So I believe now we will actually see the passengers go and sit down.
Passengers boarding starting.
As I said, I think we will actually see the passengers sit down because there was an update for GSX. And not only that, I had to add this aircraft too. This aircraft was not added. So I'm thinking it has successfully been added now. So far so good. The guy walking in, sitting down, and there he is. Welcome aboard, everybody. Very good day to you, ma'am. Oh look, it's twin sisters. Hello, ma'am. We're obviously snubbing each other. Alright, let's get back to our business.
This way, please. Hello?
So aircraft is boarding.
Hello?
Turn on the EFI screens on both ends.
Welcome on board. Hello? Hello? Boarding pass, please. May I see your boarding pass?
So let's check our parking position. See if we can enter that.
Welcome on board.
From the looks of it would be Alpha 8.
Good afternoon.
So let's see if it will accept it. Alpha, what's the 8 please?
Good afternoon.
Thank you.
Welcome on board.
It's not doing anything, so let's leave that. Just clear it out. Okay, so routing,
This way.
Mike Tango Papa Papa.
Hello? Good afternoon. Hello? Hello?
Was it MK, let's see. I forgot the ICAO code. OFP. MKJP.
Good afternoon. Hello?
So flight number, just we'll do a
Hello?
Whisky for Papa 812. cruising 240, wind 065, 018, and average ISA is plus 015, fuel 3.6, and let's say 0.9 on the final reserve fuel. Routing MAROT 1 November, out of runway 28, then direct to AVALU. So let's start by entering AVALU, or actually the runway 28, and then can we just enter 28 like that? It looks like it. AVALU Lima 577 KEBET, so AVALU. So direct to AVALU. And then it was Lima 5772 KEBET. Lima 577 to KEBET. I think after that's already, let's see, BADOW, oh, looks like there's no, so it's direct to 30. Okay, so BADOW, we can enter that, and very good. BADOW. So can we go next page? So direct to BADOW, activate, and we execute. The flight plan's in there. All we need is the departure and arrival. So we are departing from runway 28. And we had the MAROT 1 November departure.
Cabin crew, arm doors and cross-check.
So MAROT 1 November. So boarding has finished. So the MAROT 1 November, and we execute. And as we saw, there is no arrival, so it's just runway 30. And let's go index. For the arrival, it will be runway 30 it was. Looks like they do not have an ILS for that one. So there's 30 and there's RNAV. Let's go for the RNAV 30, I guess. Transition BADOW, which is actually already in the flight plan, but I don't think it matters if we enter it anyway. Alright, so it looks like we should have the entire route in. Let's check if maybe BADOW is not in there twice, if that's even possible. But it looks like that's okay. We do have MAROT there twice, but that's something else. Alright, so we have the flight plan in, so we can go to the INETF page. So we saw that the cruising altitude will be 240. Let's clear this. So 240 on the cruising altitude. Cruising wind was 065. Then I totally forgot. 065018. And we enter that, and the ISA deviation was plus 015. Transition altitude we will check on the charts. Let's have a look at the weight and the fuel. So the final reserve will be 0.9. And now that loading has completed, we can also have a look at our zero fuel weight will be 32.5. So 32.5, can enter it right there. And 3.6 for the block fuel. And 0.9 for the reserves. And that should basically be it. Let's check the gross weight, 36.1. That seems to be correct. And then the transition altitude, we just check the, well, there's actually not an arrival chart or departure chart. Well, there should be a departure chart, hang on. So the MAROT Departure. Let's see. MAROT. Well, it's all MAROTs, I guess. Airport elevation 125. Transition altitude 17,000 feet. So 17,000 transition altitude. And then we execute, and then basically it's the setup of the FMC complete. And then we should be ready for engine start and everything. So let's set the QNH. Let's get the IRS system going as well. Let's turn on the beacon lights so that they know that we will be starting soon. So let's start up the APU now. Turn on the left inner fuel pump for that. It can start without, but this is a requirement to some extent, I believe. So the TGT starts rising. It's now dropping. It should stop at around 400 degrees. So APU power is available. So let's turn on the APU generator, and now we can safely turn off the external power on the ground. Let's do that. So before we call the tug, let's set some things up. The brake fans can go to auto. Anti-skid will be on, and then the left and the yellow and the green spoilers. Engine pump 2 and 3, DC pump, AC pump, and power transfer unit. Let's turn on all the fuel pumps. Power to the gallery, or to the galley, not the gallery. The galley where they make the coffee and the sandwiches, and all that stuff. So the ice protection systems will be turned on as well. That's the wrong one. Let's see, so we give a squawk 3121, and we go to transponder on. Let's also rock a little bit of lights here as well. Make things a little more visible. We don't need too much of the console flood, but these lights are really nice. Alright, so that is almost it. The trim is okay. We will check. Let's see now. Flap setting will be 18 degrees. It gives us a rotate speed of 120 and a V2 of 131. So 131 is right there in the box. Aircraft is online. So let's turn on the both the nav radios. And turn on the flight directors as well. We set altitude for flight level 240. And then we arm lateral navigation. And our takeoff thrust will be 94.4. And with that, I guess we could call the tug. So let's remove the chocks. Remove the chocks, please. Thank you. Oh, it's not doing it. Why the hell is it not doing that? What's going on now, man? I don't know what ground there is. Can we turn that off? Maybe we should turn that off first, and then the chocks. There you go. Alright, so GSX menu. So prepare for pushback and departure.
short checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Let's turn on the fast and the seatbelt signs. What do you think? Arm the emergency flight deck lights as well. And let's do some logo lights. The emergency cabin lights are armed. No smoking sign is on as well. So the departing runway was 28, I believe. Yes, 28. So let's have a look. Where the hell are we? We are over here, and the runway 28, that should be to that side. So it looks like we have to basically get onto the runway. Looks like there's no taxiway or anything. That's the case at some airports. That's the case here at Port-au-Prince as well. So that's what we'll do. So we can nose right tail to the left.
Release parking brakes, please.
So let's release the parking brakes.
Commencing push. All engines clear.
Okay, so we can start the engines now. So the start master goes on. And select engine number 4 and start. That's 10%. EGT is still climbing. Looks like there might actually be a connecting. Let's have a look behind us just real quick. Oh, other way. There might be actually a way through there, but that's alright. Parking brake set.
Waiting your confirmation for an install.
Okay, so select engine number 3 and start. I'm loving this green color on this livery. PGT engine 3 is now dropping, so let's go ahead with engine number 2. And let's start up engine number 1 now. I'm hearing some very low rumbling sound. And there's engine number 1 coming as well. So let's just wait for the EGT to drop, and then we can confirm a good engine start with the pushback people.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Un login gear.
Let's arm the auto thrust. What the hell is that sound, man? Do you see the nose getting lower now? The nose of the aircraft. So those were some intense sounds. Let's just see if anything, everything was disconnected, just like expected. Okay. So the parking brake is set. So elect, so we can now
Total disconnecting. Bypass pin remover.
just clean all of these up.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Alright, so we can start taxiing. So the runway exit lights go on, and the taxi lights as well. Let's set the flaps to 18%. Let's go put the TCAS to TARA. So you can see now the brake temperatures are cold. We've not used any of the brakes, and then once we touch down, we use the manual braking. You will see these temperatures start to rise, which is pretty cool. Alright, man. Parking brakes released, and let's roll. So they've given us a runway 28, but it looks like we would actually then take off with a little bit of a tailwind. From the looks of it, around 4 or 5 maybe. We can quickly have a look. But 10 knots actually, 320. So I don't know, maybe the sock is reversed or something. That is at some airports in Flight Simulator. So yeah, as I said, what we'll do now is basically we just get onto the runway and we backtrack to the end of the runway, and we'll do a 180 and we'll take off. So this is one of the liveries that actually comes with the aircraft. It is only available for the RJ70 that we are using right now. And I really liked the green shade actually. There, it's a very nice shade of that green. Put in a little more thrust, but we do not stop. Since we're on the runway, I'm guessing it's probably not a bad idea to just turn on the landing lights. And let's also turn on the strobe light. So that's Port-au-Prince to the right of us there, and Tahiti. So let's get the cabin crew in their seats for departure.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for landing.
Oh, no, take your seats for takeoff.
Please take your seats for takeoff.
It's quite funny that you can choose, that you can actually choose the option to have them take their seats for landing.
Cabin is secured.
So over here, that does actually look like the windsock is correct. So let's see what this lady can do. This little aircraft tends to be highly maneuverable on the ground. So let's go and check that out. So here comes our 180. Here's runway 28. Keep rolling, keep rolling. Alright, this will do. Here we are. Let's do a takeoff config test. That is quiet, so that's good. I always like to start my own timer anyway, so let's do that. Thrust to 50%.
Check thrust.
And then we set the takeoff thrust.
Airspeed alive. Knots.
Whoops, let's not do that again. We do definitely have some wind, 10 knots from the right, so alright, here is our rotate.
Positive climb. Gear up select.
Gear up. So following the flight director. So once we reach around 1500, 1600, 1700, like here, the nose should drop a little bit. Let's engage the autopilot. So let's go level change and go speed 250 knots. And we select climb thrust on the engine. And that's a pretty nice view, man.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
Okay, flaps coming up. So the runway turn-off lights, we can turn those off. So transition altitude will be 17,000 feet. That's quite high, almost 18,000 like in the USA. So there's the top of climb after go tap. So then in a little while we will have a look at all the waypoints, so basically just to see what the approach is going to be looking like, because usually there's a discontinuity. Actually I do not see one here, so that appears to be very nice. And we'll also have a look at the landing data, the ILS. Oh, there will not be an ILS, right? So there's no frequency to put in. But maybe they have a VOR that we can use as an extra, as sort of an extra. So it looks like it will be sort of a visual approach, I guess. It's a little bit exciting, but we're going to have to make do. It's all about learning and having fun. Alright, so climbing still at 250 knots. Auto does not climb norm. We have AP on and IAS mode and lateral navigation, so that's a good check right there. So it's a good place to be in. The flaps are up and this displaying up as well. Engine ignition is on. I'm not sure I set that one. Or is it these two continuous? And if I leave on the FLT starts, so that will be okay. In any case, it's fine either way. I think you leave them on probably during takeoff and during landing. So that's looking all good. We're on our way to Kapolei, 1.7 nautical miles, so we're almost there. We should be there at 7,240 feet. I don't think we'll quite make that actually. We're climbing now at 1,300 feet per minute. Well, I would just like to try something. And that doesn't work. Okay, that's a shame. Alright, but we're on our way. Once we pass 10,000 feet, we can climb, we can actually increase our speed. We're now holding very obediently 250 knots below 10,000 feet. So the climb thrust is set at 86.4. So that's basically what the engines are trying to target now for the climb. So up next will be MAROT, 14,150, speed 280. Alright, 8,800. There is our local star. So it looks like the top of climb, at least the previous flight, I got the impression that the top of climb is just sitting there as an indication of the planning and not necessarily based on the actual numbers that's receiving from the FMC or from the PFD or whatever actually causes the trigger. But it doesn't look like it's taking the numbers into account. But I might be mistaken, but I believe on the previous flight we overshot the top of climb and we were not at our cruising altitude yet, so that was quite interesting to say the least. Well, probably something I'm not understanding. So 10,000 feet, let's release the passengers. And let's also turn off the landing lights. So while we're still climbing, let's keep an eye on, let's see, GoTap. We have MAROT, AVALU, GoTap. Maybe I need to learn something about the climbing, because it looks like it's not climbing as efficiently as it could, although I totally forgot 280 knots, so we can definitely do that. And maybe even faster now. 0.70. Can we select, let's see. Oops, not sure what I pressed there. So let's up the speed a little bit more. So we're now 9 minutes into the flight. And we could maybe use vertical speed for a bit. Let's climb a little more aggressively. Let's say 1800 feet per minute. Let's see what this baby can do. So while the aircraft is climbing, let's go over the landing briefing basically. So we do have an arrival then. Or was this the departure? This is the departure. So let's go airport, Northern Manley, international charts. So approach chart. For runway 30, there's RNAV or VOR. Let's put a pin in both of them. That was a scary sound there by the engine. Let's quickly check if all is okay. So we are about 14-15 miles from the top of climb, 13,000. We should be there at 24,000. I definitely don't think we'll be making that. It's not the end of the world. It's not the same as the top of descent, obviously, so we could still keep on climbing. But it's interesting that actually it's also okay, but I wouldn't know how to plan it. Previously, this wasn't really a problem. During the last flight, it was as well, just like today. This one. So what I'm talking about is our top of climb should be there, and basically the green banana tells us this is where the top of climb will be. So could, for instance, increase the rate of climb and basically bring the green banana there down. But you know there should be a limit that you can climb at. So 3300, let's look outside. So that is fairly steep, I guess. But at the same time, that might be a little bit steep. So let's not overdo it. Let's go back to 1800, let's watch our speed. And it's beginning to climb again, okay. So we're not quite making that. So that's something to take into consideration for the next flight. So basically we check the banana there and the top of climb and try to act a little bit earlier. Almost at 17,000 feet, so we can switch to a standard barometric pressure, which is 29902. There you have it. Not too great of a difference. So we can get rid of this one. So for the approach chart, so we have two charts for the approach. Let's look at the taxi chart, but I believe actually we will, we can look at this one. I think we exit to the right. We come at 300, runway 30. So just exit to the right and then there's the main area. I've been here before. So let's first have a look at the RNAV approach. So the final approach course will be 300 degrees. There will not be a glide slope. So I'm not really sure how to interpret this 2000, this number right there. That is a minimum decision altitude, 372 feet radio altitude. Airport elevation is 18 degrees. Transition altitude is also 17,000. There is a VOR that can definitely help in terms of distance because it has a DME, so 115.5. So let's put in 115.5. What this will do, at least we will get, once it is received, then here we shall get a DME readout, so we can see how far we are from the VOR. So now if we know that the VOR, for instance, is at the beginning of the runway, like it looks here, then we have sort of, we can sort of plan our final approach a little bit. So AVALU is a waypoint. There you go, so 2,000 feet. So this would be sort of, I guess, where you start performing your final descent. So if there was a glide slope, I guess it would start right here at about, let's say, AVALU, we have a vertical at 5.9 nautical miles. We should start a 3.05 degree down slope descent to runway 30. So that's also set 300 in the course box for the final approach course. So still climbing. Let's go to level change, because our speed is actually getting a little bit low there. Doesn't look like climbing might be too much of a luxury. There's definitely some terrain up there, so getting some altitude doesn't seem like a bad thing at all. Up next will be Ovama, flight level 240, KEBET, flight level 240, and then the descent to BADOW, 9,000 or higher, Wasot 3,000 or higher, AVALU 2,000 or higher. So we aim to be at 2,000 exactly when we reach AVALU, which will basically be the start of the glide slope, if you will. If we go next page, you get runway 30, so speed 140. Speaking of speed, let's go to the INFREF page. And we have 119 plus 5, so that's 124 knots will be our final approach speed, so 124. Okay, so back to the next page. Ovama coming in 20 nautical miles, flight level 240. Currently not really climbing, but our speed is now a lot better. So let's go back to vertical speed and keep on climbing. Only this time let's go top 1,000 feet per minute. Nice and decent. Nothing too crazy. It won't affect our speed too much, but it will still help us up 1,000 feet every minute. So that's just 2 more minutes to go like this, and then we're at cruising altitude. We're now 17 minutes into the flight. So I would like to see the, there they are. So it's a good thing that we ended this in GSX. Good day. Good day everybody. Thank you very much for flying. You sir, you look a little bit worried. You do not have to be worried at all. Everything will be fine. Thank you very much for flying, and enjoy the drugs that are being served in the back there by Wendy. Okay. So let's close the door here. Okay, we are now 23,000 feet. Our speed is nice. And look at that, VOR is being received from 170 to nautical miles distance. That's pretty impressive. It's a strong VOR. So overmark coming in 8 miles. Then KEBET and then we descend. And can we maybe increase a little bit? So here you can see it. So overmark coming up, then KEBET. Then before BADOW, between BADOW and KEBET, there's the top of descent, and then we should start our descent. So KEBET we're still good at 240, but then after KEBET we should get down to 9,000. I believe the airport elevation was around 12 or something, like sea level basically. 18. So decision altitude 372. See if we can set that here. So there you see the DH, decision altitude. I believe it's at 317, 372. Let's keep on going. Then once we have this set, we are cruising. So let's speed it up a little bit. We're at altitude hold, or at least we're demanding altitude hold, demanding lateral navigation, and 300 knots. We're at auto thrust IAS mode, autopilot on, altimeter hold or altitude hold, and then lateral navigation 1. And the aircraft is accelerating, so that's a good thing. Let's check to the lights here. Let me try something here real quick. Okay. Alright. So I have to set maybe some keybinds for some of the camera angles, but we have some more variation. Because you could do it with the button on the controller, but that would basically drop your gear every time you press the button, or pull it up and bring it, you know, retract and deploy. That's definitely not what we want. Let's also go MCT. Let's watch the speed there. It's trying to go for 300 knots. Top of descent is coming up in about, I don't know how many miles, but we're at 80. Yes, we're in about 80 miles. So yeah, as I said, will be basically sort of a visual approach. I believe I turned something off because I do not see the. Let me try these buttons again that I've been trying. Pressing, there you go. Okay, so what does this do? Okay, not sure what it's supposed to be doing, but I'm glad it's back on. 115.5, 115.5, course 300. Let's quickly double check. So 115.5, 115.5. Alright, so that's okay. So that's the VOR. We actually already saw that it was picking up a VOR, but now we know for sure that it's that one. So at AVALU we should be at 5.9 nautical miles from the VOR there. MAROT, case of a go around. So we have Wasot, and what does the flight plan tell us about Wasot? 3000. So let's just keep an eye on the navigational display to know when we should start our descent. So KEBET coming up in 14 miles. So let's have another look outside the airplane. Let's use this one right here. I see you. Oh shit, something's happening. Might be an overspeed. Cabin altitude. Okay, let's acknowledge that. The cabin altitude should be on automatic, and I have no clue how to set this. I know how to set it for the landing elevation, which will be 0, but for the but it's 10,000, so can we just go up? Yeah, well, let's go up to 24,000. Oh, it's not responding, or how does this work? I've never operated this one here before. I have no clue what I'm doing now. I don't think this is good at all. Let's not get ourselves killed here. Let's go to auto mode. Clear display fault. I don't know, man. Alright, so where are we vertically? Top of descent in about 60 miles or so. So our target altitude then will be 9,000 feet. So let's start by setting 9,000 feet in the altitude window. But we will not do anything yet. And our 9,000 feet is just quietly chilling there, waiting to be engaged when we press the vertical speed button. Let's maybe also set the heading bug to 300 for the final approach course. There's a tiny little island there to our right. Let's have a look at the map. And find our location. And let's put it on a world map. So that's the little island. Well, what can I say? It's a cute island. Looks a little bit like a pear. let's also get the VOR approach, and let's see what they say right here. So you would be 105.5. Let's have some other approach points, but it's obviously because you have to program it in. It might not really be of a lot of use to us, but we will use the approach that we have programmed in. It's basically the waypoint after waypoint, and that's it. Take it just to AVALU waypoint, just a GPS waypoint. But we know that we are then 5.9 nautical miles. As you can see here, 5.9 AVALU. We should be there at 2,000 feet, and then we go nose down to 3.05 degrees. And then we'll have the distance measuring equipment, the DME, right there for the VOR, which looks to be at the beginning of the runway. So we zoom in a little bit. Check the top of the set. Alright. About 30 miles to go. And what should our speed be now? Let's see. 190 once we reach BADOW. Let's just start descending, vertical speed, and let's pull the speed back there. Let's go 235. Gives us a little bit of headroom. Let's descend 2,000 feet per minute. We're starting descent a little bit early, actually. Why? Why all of a sudden did I choose to descend? Well, let's just keep on descending. It's going to be fine. We'll end up at 9,000 feet. What is this telling us? Cabin high altitude. Okay, yes. So there comes the banana into view. So let's maybe change the range a little bit. So at BADOW we should be at 9,000. We will reach 9,000 a little bit earlier. So we could now try and change the vertical speed a little bit. And try and watch the green arc there as it moves closer to BADOW. And just basically eyeballing it and trying to get right there on time. In any case, you'd rather end up a little bit early than a little bit late, right? So this should get us there. So we're descending at 1,700 feet. Our speed is 258, which is all pretty okay to me. We might still have a little bit of daylight left on our final approach in Jamaica. And I've flown to Jamaica a couple of times on the channel. and also not on the channel, but like on the flight simulator. But I don't think I've actually ever landed from this end of the runway 30. Usually I've been at the other end of the runway actually, but not this one. But check that green color, man. It's such a nice color. I just love it so much. Just look at it. Feet. So at 17,000 feet we should go to local barometric pressure. So let's check the weather at Manley Airport. So 120, 13 knots. So 120, that means we should have the other runway. And if that's the case, we'll have a ILS as well. Let's have a look at that real quick. Runway 30. Let's go departure arrival. Arrival ILS 12. And now which approach? Let's just do it like this, I guess. Let's execute, see what that does. Legs. So now we go to Salok. We should be there at 2,000 feet and 52 nautical miles. So we can go easy on the descent, it would seem. Let's go 1,000 feet per minute. So we change things around. Let's go barometric pressure. Whoops, it's the wrong button. 1013. So that's already there, 1013. Let's check if we are what it's doing now. Lateral navigation, vertical speed, autopilot on AT IAS mode. Let's go a little bit easy on the descent. 15,000 feet. And we get rid of these charts. So approach, these two can be unpinned. And then we have ILS runway 12. We put a pin in that one. Let's check it out. So Salok, so it would maybe be nice if we see how this is going to work out. Salok. We could in theory overfly Manley VOR and then take a right turn. It would be nice if we could insert, for instance, Kino. Shall we have a look at that? If we can do that, Kino. And then I think if we paste it onto Salok, let's see how that's going to work. Kino. That's making Kino and then Salok. That's what we want, so execute. And then it says 5,390 feet, so let's do that.
go 5,400 feet. And now if we zoom out a little bit, I think we need the plan page for this. This looks like a train wreck, man. Hello, Adrian. How are you? So this looks a little bit messy. Delta 274Q. Let's go back to map. So we have 109.1. So 109.1, that will be our ILS. 109.1. So that's on both sides now. That is not picking up yet, but that's perfectly fine. And then the approach course will be 123. So we have 123. We have 109.1. We have Keynote, so we will be on our way to Keynote, and then we'll take, I'm thinking, a left turn. And we have Salok, and once we enter T-Book as well. So we do that manually, C-Book. We put it onto Salok and execute. Let's sync the heading back there. It's just a little bit concerning that we do not see any line coming from our airplane other than the heading bug, basically. But 42 nautical miles from Kino, we should be there 5,300. We are still descending, but let's descend a little bit faster. Let's go 1,800 feet per minute. And we zoom in a little bit. Those are some beautiful colors again, man. Look at that. Looking very nice, very nice. So on our way, let's see, there's Salok, T-Book. So basically it looks like might be turning out to be a right turn then. So what's the 229? Not sure. So at Salok is where the glide slope will start, basically. And that will be a 6.2 nautical miles from the ILS. Check the decision altitude will be 270. So let's change that now to 270. And then after that we will need to turn on the landing lights and strap in the passengers. Passengers to your seats, please. Landing lights on. Let's also turn on the runway exit lights while we're up here. So like in some other navigation displays, it will tell you up here the name of the waypoint that you are actually on your way to. But it makes sense that this is now in reverse. So the runway is right there, I think, and then Salok, Seabook, we will probably start taking some sort of a right turn. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit more. It's not really showing any trajectory, right, like where we're going. But I guess this will probably be fine. Otherwise we could vector ourselves a little bit to the left, you know. Could maybe do something like that. Let's first keep on descending. We should be on our way to Kino, 25 nautical miles. So our speed is decent, around 250 knots. I'm not sure what that clicking is. I'm suspecting Mike is doing that. So 45 minutes into the flight. We're range from the ILS is 7.2 nautical miles. But obviously we'll be overflying it. There actually is the airport already. That's it. And there is Kingston, Jamaica. So a lot of good music coming from this island. Okay, I think we're in Elf Hold now. Speed 235, following lateral navigation. And I'm thinking we should probably fly the arc right there, so let's just do this for a moment. Go into heading select. And it's saying heading select as well, it's acquiring the heading, I guess. And then hopefully it's going to basically fly like this sort of an arc, you know. But what we'll do, we'll fly here, we'll take a right and we'll vector ourselves back onto, basically back onto Kino. And then we take it from there. We have the setting sun right there. So holding at 5,400, which is perfect for Kino. So for now, let's maintain this speed as a minimum. Could maybe, let's actually go 250. Just so things progress slightly fast. That was worth a screenshot. this is our approach into Kingston, man. Like the RJ-70. And she's a very nice plane, I must say. I'm not a very big fan of the small, toned down navigational display. It's very rudimentary, but it does the job. So let's maintain current heading with a little bit to the right there from Delta 2 to 9 Quebec. It's interesting, it's calling these waypoints there all differently. But nonetheless, we do have the ILS frequency, so we can always arm the localizer. But we'll need to be within the correct angle towards it. So there goes the sun. Thank you very much for all your energy today. Forever in your debt. So 30 nautical miles range from the ILS, although it is to the right behind us. So the right turn is coming up, so let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll reduce thrust. Let's go speed 220. What was the thrust? The speed supposed to be 240 at Kino. So 220 is fine. So 50 minutes into the flight now, we have the ILS frequency in on both sides. We are on the local barometric pressure. We have the decision altitude. I'm not sure if I know where the airport is. I would think, I don't know, man. So that's one of these things, you know, with this setup, it looks a little bit weird to me. Let's take another right turn. And let's see what happens if we now select see, lateral navigation, which should want to bring us to Kino. And then to Seabug. It's just that I do not see Kino on there. I guess we could also go to Seabug, which still gives us a little bit of time if you look at the chart here. But Kino would be best for me. I would prefer Kino actually. Not on the intercept heading. Looks like we're gonna have to go to Seabug. Let's descend to, I think it's 2,000 feet. I'm gonna go, no, 3,410, let's just do that. So 3,400, vertical speed. Let's reduce the speed. What does it want us to be at Seabug? Also 240 actually. Well, let's go 210 then. We're 60 nautical miles from the ILS. And then let's just go direct to Seabug. Hopefully that does work. Oh, let's clear this message first. So Seabug, Kino, override it. Execute. It looks like we're turning slightly. There is Salok. So Salok speed 170. That's 6, that's 10, around 11 nautical miles. So let's even further decelerate. Let's go 185. A little bit of clouds coming here. But there's quite a lot of terrain in the area, so I think it's good to stay at 3,410. We could try arming approach.
Glide slope captured.
There we go. At least capturing the glide slope. Interesting, not a localizer yet, which we need for lateral navigation, obviously. We could go for right turn ourselves, let's just do that. Let's do heading select for a little bit. Okay, we're not at altitude hold because we are already descending on the glide slope. Not really sure, let's do altitude hold for a bit. Let's go to 2,000 feet. Vertical speed. That's your runway.
Localizer alive.
Localizer is alive, that's good. Glide slope is armed. So I need to remember three things: autopilot off, auto thrust off, and then my finger on the air brake button. So we already turned on the runway turn off lights, okay. Range 7 nautical miles, so let's decelerate completely here. Deploying the speed brakes now. Dropping the gear.
Speed checked. Flaps 18.
Flaps to 18.
Speed checked. Flaps 24.
Flaps to 24. So can we get them to take their seats for landing? Or somehow doesn't want to do that. We're on glide slope and we're on localizers, so that's good. Speed 140.
Speed checked. Flaps 33.
Okay, so that's flaps full. So let's land at Kingston Airport. Oh, maybe it doesn't do it because he pressed it earlier. Could that be? Anyway, cabin crew, take your seats for landing. So we passed the 1000 mark there. We're crabbing a little bit, it looks like. Really quickly check, do a weather check. One 13 knots. So we have 13 knots, but it's a headwind basically, so it should be okay. I do not really like this angle. I've had this before as well at this very airport. Not really sure why that is. Let's just keep the autopilot engaged for a little bit longer.
500.
Well, 500, that's actually my max, so let's turn off the autopilot and the auto thrust as well. And I think it is on the air brake button. And let's settle down.
Minimums.
We can continue. A little bit low. Or that was maybe high then. Let's go a little bit more aggressive, not too much.
100.
Air brakes out.
Air brakes out.
50. 40. 30.
Idle.
20.
Settle down, please.
10.
Ground idle. Spoilers yellow and green.
And that's touchdown of the main gear. Welcome to Kingston, everybody. Let's do some toe braking and then we'll check the brake temperature later. I must say, it doesn't look like we needed a lot of toe braking, but I just want to play around with the temperature gauges basically. There you go. Temperature definitely has gone up to around 200 degrees or something. So we exit to our left now, where the action is. Let's feel maybe a right, but I'm not sure, but let's just get clear of the runway. Parking brake set, so let's quickly have a look. Where do we need to go now? Okay, so you can follow around like this if you want, or do a 180. And then we can basically take it to the right somewhere. So let's turn off the landing lights and turn them into taxi lights. And also let's turn off the TARA on the TCAS. And the strobe light, I'm not sure actually, let's leave it on. Okay, so we take a right here. And I guess we can, oops, that's a little bit late. Let's take a right turn. And I think we'll make it. Or no, I cannot look at this, come on. We're cheating a little bit, looking outside. Parking brake is on. So that's it. Welcome to Kingston, everybody. So let's turn off the engine. So the flight time 1 hour 3 minutes and 51 seconds. Let's open the door. And where's the sweet spot? Right there. Oh, they're still loading in. Let's not make it too awkward for them. Okay, so we're still on APU. Is there external power available? There's APU power available. That is still running. Would be nice to do a turnaround one day. So let's call up GSX. Request deboarding.
Deboarding requested.
Let's check the passenger door on the front. Sometimes it will open automatically, like you see here, but it will not deploy the stairs.
Passenger's bus is coming.
So let's deploy the stairs ourselves. So we have the chocks in place. Let's get some ground power going. The strobe light can go off, beacon light can go off as well. External power is available, so let's turn that on. Now we can stop the APU. APU generator can be turned off as well. So that's the passenger bus.
Passengers deboarding starting.
But do me a favor, don't do that ever again. You scared the living crap out of me, man. Okay, so the fuel pumps, we can turn those off now. Galley we can turn off too. So the brake fans are on auto. It looks like they're working for sure. It looks like the temperature has been dropping. Let's squawk standby. And we can turn off the EFIS displays on both sides. We can turn off the navigation as well. Oops, my bad. Right, flight directors can be turned off. so since we're in Jamaica, if you listen to this music in the background, I intended to play reggae, but actually ended up joining these guys in their little country vibe. That was fun, man. Do you want to deboard crew? Yeah, sure. Let's deboard all of them. Right, so let's see what else can we turn off. What do we already turn off on approach? The nav 1, nav 2 radio, we turn those off as well. Don't think we can turn this sucker off. So I guess we're pretty much there. Maybe we can turn off all the lights, make it look all kind of dull again. So that was cool actually. Looks like things worked out. Yeah, we saw that at some point that actually we were giving a long approach, or at least the weather changed perhaps. Let's see what we do with these ones. I think these stay on. Open aft passenger. That is already open, man. Why don't you leave motherfuckers alone? What's wrong with you? Well, the engine pump 2 and 3 can be turned off. DC pump, AC pump, power transfer unit, the brake fans, we can turn those off. Have a look at the brake temperature, which is fine, I guess. Let's keep the external power on for a little bit.
Pilots deboarding starting.
I'm guessing probably we would need some power so we can close the doors. I'm not sure if you need, yeah, maybe that probably you can just do it yourself. Boarding because in the boarding the pushback. Okay, so we can get rid of that. Let's turn off the logo lights. Nav lights, we'll turn those off as well. There, the passengers that have left can now turn off their, take off their seatbelts. And the ice protection, we can turn that off also. Light start system, we can turn that off. I guess we're pretty much powered down, maybe some of the lights actually. Here, let's do that as well. And let's go find ourselves a nice little club or something where they're maybe playing some live dub music or something. It could be quite cool. Turn off the entry lights as well. As we pretty much cleaned up everything up here. Maybe not quite everything, but pretty much everything. Let's also turn off these lights, the panel flop lights and the instrument lights. Let's just be responsible pilots, what do you say? Responsible and social. Right, so that's pretty much it. We have some lights here. No, turn those off as well. So I think that's it. I don't think we can turn off the tablet though. We'll just leave that on. Maybe it will go with the power. So let's disengage the external power. We do still have the tablet, and we can get rid of the ground power there. Now we turn off the batteries finally, and that should totally power down the aircraft. I think Mike has already left. So that's it. There's nothing to see outside, just darkness. Aircraft completely dark again. Thank you very much for checking, for flying with us. And everybody stay funky. Keep your loved ones close, stay strong. Don't do anything stupid. Alright, thank you very much for checking. See you at the next video. Bye bye.